Sleep is supposed to be the great equalizer, something we all need, something that restores the body and mind regardless of who we are. But when you start digging into the data, it turns out sleep is yet another area where gender quietly shapes the experience. Women, on average, face more sleep disruptions, more complex sleep needs, and less societal support for getting enough rest. Their biology, social roles, and stress exposure create a uniquely tangled relationship with sleep, and the consequences ripple through nearly every aspect of health and daily life. First, the biology. Women's sleep patterns are closely tied to the hormonal roller coaster of their reproductive cycles. Estrogen and progesterone both affect sleep architecture, how much deep sleep and REM sleep women get, how easily they fall asleep, how often they wake up during the night. During the luteal phase of the menstrual cycle, when progesterone is higher, women often report more fragmented sleep, higher body temperatures, which interfere with sleep onset, and even strange or vivid dreams. Then there's PMS, where sleep latency, how long it takes to fall asleep, increases while mood and physical discomfort ramp up. And let's not even get started on perimenopause and menopause, where fluctuating estrogen levels contribute to hot flashes, insomnia, night sweats, and a general feeling that restful sleep is something that happened in another life. Pregnancy adds another layer of complexity. Many women experience disrupted sleep as early as the first trimester, thanks to hormonal changes, nausea, and the need to urinate every 2 hours. In the third trimester, physical discomfort and anxiety about childbirth compound the problem. And after the baby arrives? Welcome to the world of chronic sleep fragmentation. Infant care, nighttime feedings, and the physical aftermath of childbirth mean that many new mothers operate on a mix of adrenaline and exhaustion for months, sometimes years. Even when both parents are present, studies show that women tend to lose more sleep, take longer to fall back asleep, and get less deep sleep than their male partners.
Why?
Because society still assigns the bulk of nighttime caregiving to mothers, even if she's working full-time the next day. But it doesn't end with babies. Women across all stages of life are more likely to carry the invisible labor of care, whether it's for children, aging parents, or managing the emotional climate of the household. These roles don't just consume hours, they spill into sleep through chronic mental overload. It's hard to sleep soundly when your brain is running checklists for tomorrow's logistics, today's unresolved conversations, and next month's doctor appointments. This kind of cognitive arousal, feeling mentally on even when you're lying down, is more common among women and is a major driver of insomnia. Then there's the broader psychological terrain. Women are statistically more likely to experience anxiety and depression, both of which are tightly linked to poor sleep quality. And while men are more likely to have undiagnosed sleep apnea, women with the condition are more likely to report insomnia-like symptoms, trouble falling or staying asleep, rather than the classic snoring and daytime sleepiness, which leads to underdiagnosis and undertreatment. Even when women do seek help for sleep, their concerns are often minimized or medicalized in ways that overlook root causes. It's just hormones, they're told. Or worse. Have you tried relaxing? And let's not forget the social double-bind. In many cultures, women are expected to look rested, composed, and productive, but without the time or conditions that actually allow for proper rest. They're judged more harshly for appearing tired, yet punished subtly if they prioritize rest over self-sacrifice. A man who naps is recharging. A woman who naps is lazy, indulgent, or neglecting her responsibilities. These biases don't just affect perception, they shape behavior. Many women feel guilt for sleeping in, for declining late-night obligations, or for asking for help so they can get more rest. The result? A population that is sleep-deprived not by accident, but by design. Ironically, when sleep is measured in research settings, women often appear to sleep slightly longer than men, by an average of 11 to 13 minutes per night. But here's the catch. They also report poorer sleep quality, more frequent awakenings, more symptoms of insomnia, and more daytime fatigue. It's not about duration alone. It's about fragmentation, intensity, and how restorative that sleep actually is. In short, women might technically sleep more, but they're waking up feeling less rested. The cumulative cost is enormous. Poor sleep in women is linked to higher risks of cardiovascular disease, metabolic dysfunction, cognitive decline, and mental illness. And because sleep affects everything from mood regulation to immune function, the disparities in sleep quality become part of the broader pattern of gendered health inequality. We often talk about the wage gap, the stress gap, the mental load, but the sleep gap is right there with them, invisible and unaddressed, quietly draining resilience from half the population. If sleep is medicine, women are being routinely underdosed. And while it's tempting to frame this as a matter of personal responsibility, better sleep hygiene, fewer screens, more mindfulness, the reality is far more systemic. Hormonal realities require smarter medical support. Caregiving burdens need to be shared, not shouldered. And workplace and cultural expectations must stop demanding that women be both superhuman and super-rested on 3 interrupted REM cycles and a cup of coffee. Women do sleep differently, not by choice, but by biology and burden. The question isn't whether they need more sleep. The question is when society will finally stop stealing it.